An introduction to equations. Today we will learn what is an equation and how do we form an equation. In the previous class, we have learned about algebraic expressions. Let's relearn it with an example. Shyam and Rita are brother and sister. If Shyam has 5 more than 3 times the number of pencils with Rita, then how many pencils does Shyam have? Let us assume that the number of pencils with Rita is P. So, the total number of pencils with Shyam will be 3 multiplied by P plus 5 is equal to 3P plus 5. In this expression, P is a variable amount. A variable is an English alphabet in an algebraic expression whose value keeps changing, that is, its value varies. Now let's find out the total number of pencils with Shyam. To find the total number of pencils with Shyam, we have to find out the value of P because the number of pencils with Shyam depends on the number of pencils with Rita. Different values of P will give different values to the expression 3P plus 5. If P is equal to 1, then the value of 3P plus 5 will be 8, or if P is equal to 2, then the value of 3P plus 5 will be 11. Similarly, if we say that the total number of pencils with Shyam is 17, then we represent it as follows. 3P plus 5 is equal to 17. This is an equation whose expression on the left side, 3P plus 5 represents the total pencils with Shyam. 17 on the right side represents the total number of pencils. The equal to sign here shows that the values on both sides are equal. By observing this equation, we find that the 17 pencils of Shyam depend on the number of pencils with Rita because Shyam will always have 5 pencils more than 3 times Rita's. So we can say that an equation always represents the condition on the variable. Putting 4 in place of P, we get 3 multiplied by 4 plus 5 is equal to 17. 12 plus 5 is equal to 17. 17 is equal to 17. LHS is equal to RHS. As we can see here that both sides are equal. So, 4 is the solution of this equation. Now, let's understand what an equation is. An equation is a mathematical statement in which the symbol of equal to is used to show equality of the two expressions. An equation consists of one or more variables and numbers. For example, 6m plus 1 is equal to 13. This equation tells us that the sum of 6m and 1 is equal to 13. The equal to sign in an equation shows that the left-hand side value of this sign is equal to the right-hand side value. In this, the left side is represented by LHS and the right side is RHS. It is also important to note here that the value of the variable in an equation that satisfies the equation is called the solution of the equation. Similarly, 3P plus 5 is equal to 8. This equation shows us that the sum of 3P and 5 is 8. The left side of the equation is 3P plus 5 and the right side is 8. The value of P that satisfies this equation will be called the solution of this equation. Let's understand it with the help of a weighing scale. An equation is like a weighing scale. If you look at a weighing scale, then you must know that the two sides of the weighing scale should be of equal weights for it to be balanced. If we increase the weight in the right pan, then the left pan rises and the weighing scale is not balanced. The same rule applies to the equation. In a balanced equation, the left side is always equal to the right side. Today we learned what is an equation and how to develop an equation. Hope that you have gained good understanding of equations. Now, in the next video, we will get to know them better. Thank you. An introduction of equations, examples. Today we will learn about examples related to equations. In the previous video, we learned about equations. Let's learn more about them with the help of some examples. Aman was told by his teacher to make an equation from the following statement. Adding 7 to the double of y gives 15. Here y is a variable. Let's make an equation together. The double of y is 2 multiplied by y, that is 2y. As we know that adding 7 to the double of y gives us 15, the equation will be framed as follows. Double of y plus 7 is equal to 15. 2y plus 7 is equal to 15. LHS in this equation is 2y plus 7 and RHS is 15. Come on, let's have a look at another example. Lalit's mother's age is 43 years. If this is 7 years less than 5 times Lalit's age, then show this in the form of an equation. Suppose Lalit's age is A years, then 5 times his age will be 5 multiplied by A, that is 5A. As we know that Lalit's mother's age is 7 years less than 5 times Lalit's age, then his mother's age will be 5 times the age of Lalit minus 7, that is 5A minus 7. According to the question, if mother's age is 43 years, the equation will be formed in this way. 5a minus 7 is equal to 43. In this equation, the expression 5a minus 7 is equal to 43. Solving this, we will find the age of Lalit. Today we learned examples related to equation. Hope you have understood these examples very well. Now, in the next video, we will see some misconceptions related to them. Thank you. An introduction of equations, misconceptions. Today we will see misconceptions related to equations. We learnt about equations using few examples. Let us now learn about some of the misconceptions related to them. Misconception 1. Identify the equation in the given choices. A. K plus 3 is equal to 17. B. K minus 2 less than 3. C. K minus 2 greater than 3. D. 5k plus 3. An equation shows the relationship of two expressions in which the sign of equality states that the values of both LHS and RHS are equal. But sometimes children misunderstand and assume that it is an equation even if there is a greater or less than sign between the left side and the right side, due to which they answer options B and C. Here, option B shows that the value of left side is less than the right side, while option C shows that the value of the left side is more than the right side. Similarly, Many times, children do not pay attention to the absence of the equal to sign and consider the expression as an equation, because of which they answer option D. Whereas option A should be given as correct answer because it has an equal to sign between the two sides, which is necessary to form an equation. Misconception 2. Let us now understand another misconception. Children often assume that an equation has a number only on the right-hand side, but it is not necessary, for an equation can have a number on either of the left or right sides. Let us understand this with the help of an example. A plus 3 is equal to 11. The thing to note here is that children write the variable only on the left side and think that it is wrong to write the variable on the right side, which is a misunderstanding. The correct understanding is that we can write a variable expression on either side. For example, 15 is equal to p plus 3. As we can see that there is an equal to sign between LHS and RHS, that is, both are equal, even if we interchange the positions of the two sides. The value of LHS and RHS will remain equal. Hence, equations 15 is equal to p plus 3 and p plus 3 is equal to 15 both have the same meaning. Misconception 3. Now let's understand another misconception. Children often think that RHS is always the answer in the equation, but it is a wrong concept. An equation does not always tell us the answer. Rather, it shows the relationship between the two sides which are equal, which is actually correct. Look at this equation. X plus 5 is equal to 11. Children think that the value of x here is 11, but this is a wrong understanding. The correct understanding is that the value of x plus 5 in this equation is equal to 11, which, when solved, will give the value of x. Today we saw misconceptions related to equations. Hope this video has cleared any misconceptions you had with equations and you have developed a good understanding of equations. Thank you.